So if you're a footballer and you watch YouTube, you've probably heard of Matt Sheldon or Become Elite. We watch him, I'm pretty sure you watch him, and every footballer should be watching Matt Sheldon. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you have to watch him on a consistent basis. If you don't know who Matt Sheldon is, he's an American footballer. He's played in the USL Championship most of his career, and at the moment, he's going through some big changes in his life and his footballing career. So number 1 is he shows what it's actually like to be a footballer, and to add on to that, to be a footballer not at the elite or the highest level. So he's currently playing at the 2nd division in America. And every year he signs a 1-year contract, I assume probably 9, 10 month or a year contract. And it's quite rare at that level to get a multiple year contract. So every year he goes into free agency and he doesn't know where he could end up for the next season. But to add on top of all of that, his wife's pregnant, so they're going to have a baby in the near future. So not only does he have to worry about where he's going to play next year, where he's going to live next year, he has to worry about his family, where they're going to live, is there a doctor nearby, do they have to get new insurance, accommodation, all of these things you have to think about just as a normal person. But then adding on all the pressure from your career as a footballer is a really, really stressful thing to go through. But this is a thing that footballers go through basically every single year during free agency. And this is one thing that a lot of people don't think about when it comes to being a professional footballer, not at the elite or the highest level possible. Every year, you're basically unemployed for a few months of the year and you have no clue where you could end up. Maybe you're going to move to a new city, maybe you could even move to a new country. You can actually never know where you're going to end up. And although this sounds exciting and it's like an adventure, the older you get, the more complicated it can get, because obviously family, children, responsibilities, buying a house, real estate, there's so many things that can make the situation complicated and make it more difficult to find the right solution for the footballer and their family. So number 2 is, when people think of the lifestyle of a footballer, they think of the money, the nice lifestyle, the big houses, the nice cars, all that sort of things. However, 99% of the time is nowhere near like that. And the actual truth is, a life of a professional footballer, as I know myself, is quite boring. Normally you go to train in the morning, then you have lunch at the clubhouse or whatever, and after that you've got the whole afternoon off. But because you're pushing your body to the limits basically every morning at training, you actually need that afternoon to rest and recover in order for you to be able to train properly the next day. And Matt Sheldon shows this really well. And I'm not saying his vlogs are boring, his content is boring, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just showing that he shows the real lifestyle of a footballer really, really well. You go to training, then you come home, probably have an afternoon nap, then you do some small things like stretching, yoga, meditation, things that might be able to improve your recovery and performance. And then you just live a normal life. You go out for meals with friends and family, or I don't know, you watch Netflix and I think he watches The Office, I'm not sure. But it just shows that it's not as fancy and as glamorous as one may think when it comes to professional football. And then finally, number 3 is, nothing is guaranteed as a footballer. Yes, you might have signed a 1-year contract now, but in a year's time, you're not automatically guaranteed a new contract at that same club or even at a different club. You have to work that contract. You have to prove to that team or that club that you are worthy of that contract and you are able to help the team reach their goals. So just because you've signed 1, 2 professional contracts, that does not mean you're guaranteed a 3rd one or a 4th one. This is why when you do get the opportunity to play, you have to take your chances. You have to be able to perform well on a consistent basis to then prove to others that you are worthy of another contract. That's why people like Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, don't get enough respect for being at the elite, being at the top of the game for such a long period of time. It's almost unseen up until now that Messi and Ronaldo have been at the top of the game for so long. One of the hardest challenges a footballer faces is being able to perform at the required level year after year after year. You get a lot of players who hit their peak for 1, 2, maybe 3 years and after that die out. And this just shows how hard it is to remain at the top of your game. And to do that, you have to be willing and dedicated off the pitch. For example, things like looking after your body, obviously the correct diet, good healthy habits. There's so many things that these players do off the field to help their performance on it and to help themselves be able to stay at a certain level or the highest level for a longer period of time. So if you're serious about playing football, but you want to have a long, successful career, then you need to start looking after your mind and your body today. Because before you know it, you're going to be 34 years old and you're going to be having back pains and knee pains every single day. So that was it for today's video. I'd like to say thank you for Matt Sheldon for all the awesome content he puts out for us footballers. Make sure you're subscribed. I mean, you're probably subscribed to him anyway, but if you're not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe to him. If you can, please subscribe to us, smash that like button, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.